Hello, my name's Artemis, and Furcons and fur meets are wonderful, amazing things made by people who are very passionate and give up their free time to organise it. And I do truly believe that and appreciate everybody who does it. But there are still things that piss people off. There are still annoying gripes that people can't control, that just happen. And I'm not looking to attack any specific con or specific meet or specific person that does anything with any of these. I'm just saying that we all get a little bug up our ass sometimes that we need to get angry about, and I've got fucking 10 of them, so we're gonna go through that. Starting off with a really fucking easy one. No one likes queuing, no one likes waiting, no one likes looking at a massive 3-hour wait just to get a con badge. And you can't help it, you can have all the staff in the world, it's still a long fucking process, but let's be honest, when you get there, it's almost like, oh fuck, we gotta get through this shit just to enjoy ourselves. Yay! No one's to blame for it, but it's still a pain in the fucking ass. The people are fucking shit sometimes. Like, sometimes you just wish you could do a Furcon with just your friends and some NPCs, basically, just to fill out the background in photos. Because people are generally shit. Like, individual persons, they're okay. People, like, a person is good. But people, the plural, the group, fucking annoying, fucking shit. No one knows how to move. Nobody seems to understand how to fill a space properly. I don't like it. There's always the chance that you have assholes infiltrating because people are always infiltrated by assholes, and it just becomes a pain in the ass. It's kind of funny because we go to a Furcon to meet with like-minded people, but it's specific people, and I mean, when you get to one, it's like, oh, there's 12,000 people here. You're like, Christ, where can I hide? Because it's too much. Seriously, fucking shower. Like, let's be honest, you get to a convention and the smell of bodies, just human bodies, just fucking hits you. And when that body heat increases, it just fucking gets disgusting. No one wants that musk. No one's here for that, okay? Just fucking shower. I don't want to perpetuate the stereotype that all furries are stinky, but some of them fucking are. And they sure as shit make up the difference for those that aren't. So please, go and fucking wash. Honestly, the travel is like the biggest thing that fucking pisses everybody off because it's usually the most expensive for some as well. It's why you have the big divide between the European cons and the American cons, because international flights are not only expensive, they're a pain in the ass when you're doing it with a fursuit. You have all the stress of how do you pack it? How do you keep it safe? Is it going to get lost? Am I going to have to explain what this fucking 4-foot-long horsecock dildo is to the TSA agent? Because let's be honest, everybody does that every fucking year. And it's just a ball ache that you don't want to deal with. You know, I'm sure we would all wish that we could just magically teleport. Just snap our paws and then, oh, look, there we are. We're at the hotel with all of our stuff. How amazing was that? We didn't spend fucking 40 hours traveling to an airport to fly out there. I hate that shit. Unless you live locally, you don't really have to deal with this. But even fur meets, getting in the car and driving and having to walk through a town, it's such a ball ache. I'm happy that I don't deal with it that much. It's the only good thing about being an isolated loner. Honestly, it's funny because sometimes we want there to be bigger conventions, but then the size is still a pain in the ass because it just is. It's huge. You go to somewhere like MFF and you're doing miles in a day walking all over the place, and it's just like, oh, we got a panel over there. It's a 30-minute walk in full fursuit in this heat without the chance to really cool down. Yay, wonderful, fucking joy. It makes you really wish that you had a smaller fucking venue. But then, on the other side of it, when you go to certain meets and cons, it's too small and you can't really enjoy yourself and you don't even feel like suiting up because there's not enough space, there's nothing to do, and it sucks. Oh, size is such a pain in the ass thing because it doesn't seem to matter what the size is, you're still going to moan about it. Or I will, at least, on everyone else's behalf. Oh, the organisation can be a pain in the ass sometimes as well, and we've seen that before with certain cons not banning certain individuals because they're friends, even though they're fucking nonces or they've sexually assaulted people. I'm not, again, throwing names because I ain't looking to start fights, but go on Twitter, you'll see that shit. There's always dodgy shit like this that goes around because, you know, the people that want the power are typically not the people that should have the power. And some of the people who just want to do something nice kind of get overrun and overruled. And there's always politics. There's always assholes deciding, well, I can volunteer for this and that makes me staff. And that means that that person I've got a personal gripe with can fuck off. It's always some shit going on. And sometimes it's, you know, it's not obviously anybody's specific fault apart from the assholes that do this shit. But sometimes you just want to turn up and be a dog and not deal with this shit, and sometimes that's too hard. These fuckers are always funny because they're all supportive of a convention. They're very like, thank you so much for the work you do. You're amazing. Thank you so much. We love you. I'll get down and I'll kiss your beans because thank you so much. You are gods. You give us everything we love. And the second something doesn't go right, the second there is a mistake or a problem or something breaks or goes wrong, oh, they will throw you under the fucking bus. They will destroy you. Just fuck you. You are not good at this job. You should be doing better. Here's my hot take on why this convention is shit now. I honestly cannot even imagine giving that support and then trying your hardest and then some random act of nature or government or God fucks your plans up and then people come to you with the pitchforks? And bitch, you assholes are just sitting there enjoying everyone else's hard work. You don't really get the right to bitch and moan if just normal shit goes wrong. Fuck these fair weather assholes. Oh, the public. Yes, conventions often feel like safe spaces. Like you turn up, there's a shitload of furries and you feel we are safe, we are isolated, we are away from the people. And then you realise, no, we're not. It's still in a public space, there are still public people. And if you do a fursuit walk out and about, you're dealing with them. You tend to see this more at fur meets. Because it's easy to sort of get into a club or a bar and be like, oh, everybody here's a furry. But then you go out on the fursuit walk and there's a bunch of teenagers throwing barbecue sauce at fursuiters because the general public fucking suck. And you're never going to really escape that. That's why I advocate for a fur meet in the middle of the fucking woods, where the only thing we got to deal with are the cryptids that honestly we deserve to be. Not all cons or meets are created equal, and sometimes the fucking location itself is a pain in the ass. Sometimes it just isn't giving, it isn't serving, it isn't fucking good. You just don't enjoy it. Sometimes there's just not a good place for a walk. There's not a good place really to hang out. Sometimes it's just a shitty town, a shitty city, transport links, whatever. It can be one of those things that you're just like, man, I really like the people that go, and I really like the venue. But what the fuck else is there? I mean, we get this a lot in this country because this country is basically a failed state full of, you know, assholes. But it's still a real thing. You're like, oh, I really want to go on the fursuit walk, but there will be twats that throw fucking ketchup at us, so I can't do that because the location just fucking sucks. I mean, hell, we had it with our venue as well. Like, we had a really good venue when they started off at one of the fur meets I went to, but then some cunt got us banned, and the second venue was okay, but it wasn't as good, and you're just like, man, now I just ain't feeling it. And it's a shame, and it sucks, and I hate it. And the final point, fucking furries, man. Like, that's one of the worst things. When you turn up and there's just furries. Like, we all have specific preferences that we do and do not like when it comes to the people that we see and socialize with. And when you go into a big mixing pot of the furry fandom, you're going to see the people you like. You're also going to see the people you don't. And honestly, sometimes it's just, oh, I can't be arsed dealing with it. And again, it's not targeting any specific demographic. Everybody's tastes is different. What some people find cringy, other people love. And that's great, that's wonderful, that's fine. But let's be honest, how many times have you gone to a fucking convention or a meet and you've been just vibing and enjoying yourself and you've looked at people and gone, fucking hell, in public, really? Oh, I don't like that. And there's personal preference, and it's not a right or wrong thing. It's a personal preference thing. But still, when you turn up and you're trying to vibe and you see something that you just cannot stand, kind of dampens things, doesn't it? Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. Again, this is not to target or attack anybody that pours their hard work, their time and their passion into creating these wonderful things and events for us to enjoy. But there's always going to be something that we can find to pick holes at, and always going to be things that are just fucking annoying, that we just feel that we need to get out of our systems so that we can enjoy it fully. I mean, we all tend to forget. We look at the convention, we look at the fucking fur meet, and we think, oh, it's amazing, we can go and be fluffy gay dogs. And then we're just like, oh, we've got to travel. Oh, there's people there I don't like. Oh, it's a shit day because the weather sucks and there's assholes in the towns we can't do it. There's always something that's just like, oh, God, I don't know if I'm feeling this anymore. And look, now we've got it out of our system. Sometimes you just need to purge that poison, and it's nice. But thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video and you do enjoy feet, which I'm not sure I actually mentioned in this video, which might be a first, I'm mentioning it now. Because look, there's pictures that you can buy and videos and shit, and yay, I'm doing the thing. I'm selling feet pics because I'm poor. But I'm also selling merch because I'm poor, which is amazing because you can check out the merch. It's really cool stuff. You can show your support for this big blue doggo. And if you want to really show your support, join the Patreon. Come and be a part of my little community where I'm trying try my hardest to be social, but I'm so used to being isolated that it's a struggle. You can help me with that shit. You can have input on videos like this. You can even be in them when the opportunity arises, which I should really do more of. And just generally help me survive. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. And I guess I'll see you all next week, won't I now? Bye!